Now we're fixed. Okay. So all that brilliance I said a minute ago was muted. Facebook user, thank you. I did not know I was muted. And I had a brilliant intro there. So let's see if I can remember it. Basically, I love talking about sales. I love doing impromptu videos like this. Today in my group call, I have students all over the world, and we talked about assertiveness. Is it okay to be assertive? Is it okay for you to control the sale? I always say that sales is the $1 million skill. And I hope we're okay on the audio now. If let someone let me know that the audio is okay. I think we're good now. But we had a great group call today. One of my students, and I have a video I'm going to show you guys in just a minute. He lost a sale today. He thought he had it. And then the prospect on this home, he was going to make a lot of money. This prospect gave the sale to somebody else. And he was really tough on himself. And we all make mistakes. God knows I've made plenty of them. But we learn from them. And his big problem was that he was a nice guy. One of the worst things, I'm a sales trainer. I think when I mentor people, when I teach them the gut sales method, one of the worst things I can say to somebody is, gee, you were a nice guy or girl. You were a nice person. It's okay to be nice and polite. Believe me, I'm like that. But there's a time to be assertive. We call ourselves professionals. What does a professional sound like? Sometimes you got to draw a line in the sand and say, okay, Mr. and Mrs. Prospect, do we want to do this or not? You have a problem. I have a solution. I made you an offer. You're not allowed to think about it. I'm ready to do business right now. And then the prospect, the wishy-washy, or the prospect who likes to obfuscate, one of my favorite words. The prospect likes to change the subject or delay things. Well, let me think it over. Send me some information. Call me in a week. I have to fix this or that. I'm not ready to do business right now. And then we become submissive to that prospect, and that's no good. We want to use all the different psychological techniques of sales, of persuasion. Using the right words at the right time in business can make you wealthy, can make you free the rest of your life. Please take my word. You don't have to buy anything from me. I'm not here to schlock stuff. I'm here just to share with you my truth. How one guy who was worried at 2 a.m. about how to pay his rent, okay, and I had a great mentor, showed me how to give good phone, how to get on that phone, how to speak to people and be assertive. So I have a short video. It's about 4 or 5 minutes. Watch this video, and then we'll discuss it for a minute. This will be a very short broadcast, but I had to share this one little piece about assertiveness in sales. It's okay to fire the prospect. Can you believe that? It's okay to feel good about yourself. I say something very, very controversial to people who I train, that the salesperson comes first. I believe you have to come first. If you're getting beaten up all day long, if you're getting lied to, manipulated, embarrassed by prospects all day long, you're going to fail. Because who wants to do that? How many times do you have to touch a hot oven before you figure it out? Hey, I'm burning my hand. Maybe I shouldn't do that dumb stuff anymore. You've got assertiveness has a place. Now, don't make a mistake. I'm not talking about bullying or intimidating or overpowering people. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about going to someone and say, hey, it's decision-making time. I have a product or a service. I'm ready to make you an offer. I have some questions to ask you. I need a little bit more information. I'd like to do business with you today. And can we make a decision, or should I get out of here and leave you? Yes, the Gut Sales Rules book is available on my webpage. I got a question here from Facebook user. My newest book, The Gut Sales Method Rules. It's on Amazon. It's on my webpage, claudediamond.com. Go right there. I also have a free book there. The Mentor Teaches the Gut Sales Method. I've written several books just on sales. To me, I love real estate, by the way. And I just posted some new videos on YouTube. I have a pretty active YouTube page. But let's watch this video about assertiveness first. It's only 4 or 5 minutes. It's at the most, and I'll come back and we'll talk about it for a moment. Okay. So hold on a second here. Got to go to my share screen. And then you guys can watch this. In fact, why don't we move right now? Why don't we move to my buddy Alex? Alex, tell everybody why we're talking about controlling the sale today.
Good morning, guys. My name's Alex. I'm from Colorado as well. And I had a deal slip through my fingers. And right now I am so frustrated at where I'm at that I'm just reinventing myself, getting more firm and more assertive. So the situation was there's a gentleman in pre-foreclosure. He's a little bit older, kind of a hoarder. And, you know, we were following up with him and going and door knocking on him. And I got his phone number and, of course, you know, calling him and left him voicemails. And I went to check on him last week on Friday, and he said, oh, I actually just signed with somebody. I said, well, how come you didn't go with us? He said, you didn't follow up with me enough. I said, I called you.
Word. You said assertiveness. Now, to most of us, when we hear the word assertiveness, you said assertiveness. Do we attribute a negative connotation to that word? Seriously. Myra, let me switch to my friend Myra. I'm picking on you all day today. How important is assertiveness in the military?
Extremely.
Because
that shows your soldiers that it shows them who's in charge, who's in control.
Can assertiveness in the military save lives?
Absolutely, yes.
You can't.
And your buddies, they will trust you if you're assertive. Whereas if you come off, you know, not assertive, you know, they'll walk all over you. You give them guidance. They won't take it for what it is. They'll kind of like, oh, does she mean right now, or we can do this, you know, and maybe in a week. So when you're assertive and you say, this is what I want at this time, it's presence, leadership. It shows leadership.
A leadership. People die in war when you can't have a democracy on the battlefield, can you? Mm-mm. Gee, let's take a vote if we should take that hill. That won't work in the military, will it?
No.
No. Well, thank you for your input there. Appreciate that. Alex, back to you. So we got that word, assertiveness. I think we got to talk about that for a little bit. Is it okay to be assertive in sales? Alex, go for it. What did you learn from your? And by the way, thank you. I really appreciate you being so transparent, so honest about you. You know, we don't talk about our failures and our setbacks, but most successful people I know have had a lot of failures. I've had setbacks and failures, but do we have the resilience to learn from them and come back?
Yeah, absolutely. You need to, because I mean, having the lack of assertiveness, yeah, that messed up my whole last week, lost some sleep, but it's a new week. It's a new day. We can reinvent ourselves. And that's why we jump on these calls and we do what we do. And that's why we're going to learn how to control the sale.
Yeah, absolutely. So you had, so let's go back to the basics here. Who should a salesman be controlling or in control of the whole process? And can they do it delicately so it doesn't seem, nobody likes a bossy, overbearing, manipulative type personality. Okay, let's just take that for granted. But sometimes, do we like an authority figure? Do we want somebody who we believe has our best interest at heart? Do we want somebody when we have a problem or a pain or an issue? Do we want somebody to be professional and assertive? Notice I use the two words together. Do we want those two together?
Yes, I think we do, definitely. We want to have someone who's actually confident and then asking those right questions, find out where the people are at. And I think, Alex, for you, I would have probably asked a little bit more questions and find out how do you actually want me to respond to you. Sometimes once you ask those questions and listen to them, you're confident, you're assertive, and you're authentic. I think the key word is authentic. When you're authentic, people know that. They pick up on that on the phone. So my suggestion is yes, confidence, assertive, but asking those right questions to find out what that need and pain is, and ask them in regards to about how do you get a hold of them. Maybe that would have been a nice thing. How can I get a hold of you a little bit easier? What's the best way to get a hold of you? So yeah, ask the question.
Yeah.
What do I got there? Oh,
Thanks, Steve.
Go ahead, Alex.
No, I agree. Some of those.
Okay. In fact, why don't we move right now? Let's go. I wanted to share just that little bit with you guys. Let me get rid of stop the screen sharing. Okay, good. It was a great video. Thank you for the thumbs up. No sound again, is it me? We're having a couple technical difficulties today, but I think we're okay now. I do mind maps all the time. I do a quick, sometimes I'll use MindNote. It's a great application from Germany about doing mind maps. And sometimes I'll just hand draw a mind map. You saw it on the screen today. I think you get a good idea, a project or something you want to work on. Get a piece of paper, graph paper, any kind, some colored pencils, and draw a mind map. I developed, I have it here somewhere. So I'll show you guys something this is when I got the idea for the gut sales method, all the things I learned about sales from my mentor, I drew it on a bar napkin. Okay. And this is the bar napkin I used. I'll share that story for another time with you guys. But there is a place for drawing a line in the sand, going to the prospect. Look, I'm here to help you solve your problem. Yes, I'm a businessman. I'm an investor. I'm a salesperson who wants to put mac and cheese on his family's dinner table. This is what I can do for you. Can we move forward? Should I leave? Do you want me to tell you the truth or just make you feel good before I go? Mr. and Mrs. Prospect, you're going to have regrets because I'm only making this offer once. After I get off this phone today, I think it's going to go over and over in your head, the regrets you have because you had a good offer, price or terms, whatever I offered you, you had a good offer. And I'm not going to come back and make it again. I'm not going to call you every day. I'm not going to leave voicemails and chase you. I'd like to make some kind of commitment today, another appointment today, do a contract and get it back today. Can we do that? Or should I leave? That's assertiveness. And I think we're missing that in sales today. We want to be polite. Of course, we want to develop rapport with the prospect. But if we keep giving and giving and giving and never ask for something back, what do you think? What's in human nature? It's to take. Absolutely. It's human nature to just keep taking and give nothing back. I think there's room for professionality and assertiveness in sales. And saying to the prospect, this is how we're going to do it. How do you do that? You ask questions. You ask questions with what I call redirection, which is a fancy word for reverse psychology. You go to the left, but you want to make them go to the right. You go up, so they go down. You ask something positive so that they answer in a negative light, or you ask something negatively so that they answer positively. Mr. and Mrs. Prospect, if I sent you an agreement today and it met with the price that you're looking for in the time frame you want, with the needs that satisfy you completely, and I call you back at 4:30 today, what would happen next? You wouldn't want to do business, would you? You couldn't sign that contract today if you got the offer, the money, or the terms you were looking for, right? That's the way to sell. That's the guts way of selling. We ask questions the right way. We set an objective. Redirection is one of the hardest things I teach in the gut sales method. It's spontaneous. You guys know I don't believe in scripts. I don't like scripts. I think scripts are garbage, caca. If you're working off a script from some guru or a book of scripts or something like that, I'm just telling you my truth. You can disagree with me. You guys want to come on? Here, I'll post my I'll post my share screen here. You can I'll accept anyone's argument, but I think scripts you're doomed to fail in poverty, dismal, abysmal poverty if you can't learn to speak spontaneously to a prospect, if you can't learn to ask questions. And working off a script, you're doomed to fail. Why? Because they all say the prospect knows right away you're reading something. You're a robot. We know when we get those phone calls at dinner time, when that telemarketer calls, hi, just reaching out to you today. How are you? Boom, click. Then you have to use something else we teach in the gut sales method, pattern interrupts. Hi, Mr. and Mrs. Prospect. Sorry it took me so long to get back to you. I'm ready to make. Did you get my contract? I have all the paperwork ready. Are you ready to be? Are you ready to accept an offer tonight, or should I leave you alone? Boom. So many complicated pieces, and practice. How do you learn all this stuff? You got to practice. You got to practice a lot, and sooner or later you become superb at sales. You become excellent, exquisite at sales. And it's empowering. Your confidence rises. When you get too much rejection, too many, I'll think about it, so I'll get back to you, call me next week. You get too much of that. I don't know about you, but I get depressed. I don't like that stuff. I want to make money, honestly. I want to sell good products and services. I want to get contracts, appointments. I want to get paid. When? Today. So don't be so patient out there. One of the things I always like to talk about is impatience. I think impatience is a virtue in business. Being direct, being transparent, I'm a New Yorker. Okay, no kidding, right? And I moved to California, and California is everything like let's hug a tree, you and me. And New Yorkers are a little bit different culture. They're saying, hey, you want it or you want it. They're very direct. I love my New Yorkers. I grew up in Manhattan. And the one thing I learned about people in business and sales, my dad had his own little grocery store, deli in New York City. And people would come in, okay, get me a cup of coffee, make me a sandwich. And to many people, the typical New Yorker is a little abrasive, a little abrupt. But they get to the point. They're very honest. And we need more of that in sales. Because what do I always say to you guys? Nobody deserves success more than you. There's too much failure out there, too much frustration. You guys are spending a lot of money, a lot of time. And I know all you want to do is work from home during these trying times. You want to make an honest living. You want to pay your bills. You want to live like a friggin' human being, okay? And sales is the answer for you. But you've got to study a system. You've got to practice it a lot. I practice it every day. I do marketing every day. I speak to people every day. I have a rule. It's my rule of 5. If you've never heard me before, you guys know it. Speak to 5 people a day. I don't care if it's the blue. I was going to say the blue light special at Kmart, but they're not around anymore. Go to the Walmart greeter. Go to your favorite barista at Starbucks. Make some cold calls off a list. Practice your skills. Hone your skills. Become superb at what you do, and you'll see magic happen every time. It's all about your confidence, having the knowledge base, and a little bit of passion. This is Claude Diamond. I said this was going to be a short one. I apologize for the technical issues. Probably it's me, nobody else. I hit the wrong button or something like that. But go to my YouTube page. I've got a lot of great videos on YouTube on my Claude Diamond channel. Just Google Claude Diamond. And I've got 1,150 videos or something on there. And I'm just doing a lot of short videos to share with you guys. The ultimate truth that I found is sales is that $1 million skill. You can run around and you can do all the new things and all the new shiny objects. If you look at successful people, you look at my friend Joe McCall, you look at Grant Cardone, you look at anybody who's truly successful in business. They're a good communicator. But there's a science to it. There's a technique to it. There's a lot of psychology. There's acting ability to it. And you can learn all these different things. This is Claude Diamond. I do answer my own phone, 970-281-9191. Don't call me because I'm going to have dinner now, barbecue time. Go to my webpage, claudediamond.com. I got a free book there for you or a free consultation. And thanks for joining me tonight. Take care. Nobody deserves success more than you. Got to believe that. Bye-bye.